G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. How are we all doing today? Do not let the sunshine deceive you, it is freezing. How are we all doing on this lovely, lovely day? I'm on my way to work right now, but I did think of a topic, so I have to get something done whilst the sun be shining, because otherwise it's going to be dark when I leave, and I don't really feel like doing a nighttime vlog today, but I swear to God, if it rains, I'm not going to be a happy boy. It's going to be an unfortunate situation. I did not look at the weather today, but I don't think it's supposed to rain, so that was a mistake. But without further ado, g'day ladies and gents, my name is Nathan. I ride motorbikes, I post them on the internet, you guys seem to enjoy them, and I'm going to keep on doing it until you guys tell me to shut up. So here we are. Oh, I forget my brakes are a lot more bitey than they used to be. It's so much nicer. Oh, being able to slow down, it is a good thing. What is going on ahead? Ah, we have a bit of road worky, boys. So we're going to have to go over here. Woohoo! But ladies and gentlemen, they're redoing the median thing or whatever, the nature strip in the middle of the road. I like that little thing there. Nice. But ladies and gents, the topic today is how are we going to scan for hazards and stuff whilst we're riding, okay? There's numerous ways you can do this, and obviously the more experience you have, the better you'll get at doing the big scan of hazards on the road and whatnot, because obviously the more familiar something becomes, the better you become at noticing, the great noticing, mate, of the hazards. And look, obviously when you're a beginner, there are things that will slip your mind. There are things that'll just happen that you won't see. 40 k's, mate. This is a road worky zone. Let's be nice to the boys and girls. Yeah, it's looking much nicer, honestly. But there's numerous ways you can get better at doing it, and there's one that I always tell everyone, and I'm going to repeat it again because it's a thing I think is honestly a godsend when it comes to experience, and that's just sit and watch compilations of people, you know, having accidents, near misses and stuff. Like, go on the Moto Madness YouTube channel and just spend some time watching the accidents and the near misses and the road rages and that, because believe you me, I did that for a long time before I got my bike license, and because of that, it has probably saved me from numerous almost crashes and whatnot, and it's something that I don't regret. Like I say to everyone, it sounds morbid, but trust me, the more you do it, the better your riding will become, because I'd rather learn from someone else's misfortune, unfortunately, than my own, because when you have an accident on a bike, it tends to be a little uncomfortable, and watching someone else do it is, as opposed to yourself, it hurts less, both financially and... Oh, we have a street performer here. Look at him go. I haven't seen one of these guys in ages, man. But yeah, so you don't want to make sure you're doing all the accidents yourself. You want to learn the new fashioned way, the old fashioned way. 4 cylinders. Some of them should be seen and not heard. But I have low-sided once. Unfortunately, low-siding is one of those experiences you can't sort of know how it feels until it happens to you. You can see why it happens. You can see how it happens. But look, I've done it. And the day that I did low-side, I actually slipped once in that same corner. Like, it was a slip. What the hell was that slip again? And I was like, ah. And the second time was when it actually fell down. The first time I regained traction. The second time I fell down. But sometimes you can't learn everything, unfortunately. But, now... One way to practice looking for hazards is if you're going to go through a twisty pass, do a lap first. So do it once without speeding, because I'd rather not find out if there's a deathly pothole on the way there, mid-corner. So there's been some times when I've gone out to the twisty sections in the middle of the countryside with my mates, and we've found some beautiful corners that we've gone and flown through, and no one did a pre-inspection. And imagine going through a corner at a high speed and there's a pothole that's like a full 20 centimeters deep. Now, in a car, that's unfortunate. On a bike, mid-corner, when you're at speed, you can't really steer out of the way. It's just unfortunate, and you're probably going to have a bad time. So I don't recommend doing fast stuff in areas you're unfamiliar with, because it's an easy way to get into an accident where you can hurt yourself seriously badly. So do a little inspection first. Go slower than you normally would. Just scan the road for hazards, because you don't want to end up becoming part of the road as a meat crane, you know what I mean? So just sometimes... take a second and go earlier and just go around the area and just look, man, because believe you me, I'd rather look around for 10-20 minutes, even if it takes me half an hour to go for a pre-scan, you know, just to make sure I'm not going to hurt myself, because I'd much rather figure it out that it's a safe place as opposed to a bad one. There is no one here. I don't think I can fit through this gap. That's fine. You know, simple things, all right? Another one to do is, like I said, when you're watching the videos, you notice about the middle of the road, you know if cars are coming to turn or not. you sort of get that sixth sense to see if someone's coming out of a street or a driveway or a middle of the road. And look, sometimes I'll catch you by surprise. My simplest way is I always move to the opposite side of the lane. So in Australia, that'd be the far right lane. I'd move to the far left of the far right lane. Does that make sense? So in America, you'd be on this side of the road where I'm sitting now, but you'd be in this part of the lane. So if anyone's like coming out of the side streets, you have the most amount of visibility and room to sort of play with, as opposed to being hugging the curb, then you barely see them. You know what I mean? So look, it's just about a bit of smart positioning on the road so you can easily see more, giving yourself the best position and chance of seeing a hazard before it happens is mildly important, because I don't want to see anybody being like, oh, I didn't see the car about to come out of the side street and destroy me. So that's how I sort of handle it. And now I don't know if you can ride in the middle lane in your place, because I know some countries and places don't really let you ride in the middle lane unless you're overtaking. In Australia, we can do that, at least in Victoria. I think somewhere up north doesn't really like that. But here, it's completely fine, man. So if you can ride in the middle of the lane, it's completely fine. So just do that, giving yourself the best possible chance of seeing all possible hazards. Now, another thing is maybe don't speed in areas you're unfamiliar with. Now, I said this sort of before, but it's hard to see hazards if you're going 3 times the speed limit, as opposed to what I'm doing now, where I'm doing the speed limit. I'm always looking ahead. You're not looking straight down in front of you, all right? You're always looking ahead as a bike, but you're constantly scanning left, right, and center, and always looking at your mirrors, okay? It's just a mode of practice. You just got to really be on the ball, looking around at absolutely everything, because you don't want to have a moment where something just comes out of nowhere. Now, look, sometimes things can just fly out and hit you. A branch of a tree has fallen down and smacked me before. It's not comfortable. Sometimes bugs hit you, which hurts. Birds can swoop you, but I can't say I've had that happen to me yet, but I know it is a thing, so just look out for that as an option as well. But the simple way to sort of get a grip on the situation is just, when you're doing all your riding, is just be extra vigilant. And if you're unfamiliar with an area, maybe don't go at full speed, because it's very easy to have something come out of nowhere and give you the old smackarooski and ruin your day, you know what I mean? So if you're unfamiliar, take your time. If you are familiar, and you know it's one of those sort of areas, maybe take a second, give it a scan before you go and have a joyful, blissful experience. If it's had a few storms, don't gun it through the area. It's a little bit harder to sort of predict after a storm, because things fall down, things get, damaged and whatnot. So it's just a matter of having some discipline, all right? But like I said, the best way I could still say to train yourself looking for hazards is watching compilations of accidents and near misses and all that, because then you can tell when people do stuff. You sort of know where not to sit in the lane. You can sort of tell when people are going to do stupid things. It's just a matter of experience. And the last thing I want you to do is to experience them yourself. Because, look, sometimes it could just be a crazy person running at you. It could be a car slamming the brakes on. Give yourself the right distance. Make sure you practice your braking and whatnot. And it's just a matter of looking around, scanning constantly, knowing what's there. If you don't know what's there, take an extra bit of time. It's no rush. Life isn't a race at this point in time. You want to make it there alive and whatnot. So you got like people doing that. It's like, even this, obviously I didn't think she'd turn into mine, but I still swerved out of the way. Stuff like that will improve your longevity as a rider. And speeding everywhere obviously won't increase it, but practice is basically the bottom line. If you're really, really struggling with these things, just practice some more and you will get better, dude. It's literally the best piece of advice I can give you. Oh, yeah. We're not going to go through this section. But look, sometimes people throw things out of cars, trees fall down, animals run across the road. Now, animals running across the road is one thing you can't really predict, but you do need to sort of be aware depending on where you're riding. And also knowing your emergency braking, your safe braking and whatnot, and giving yourself the right amount of speed and distance to things, okay? It's just basic beginner stuff, but obviously if you clicked on this video, you were curious as well, so just take it easy, essentially. It's not a race. Spend your time scanning your environment, know your places before you go to them. So if I'm going out for a ride to the middle of nowhere and I've never been there before and we want to go fast, I don't go full speed. Okay, I will always make sure I'm holding back, because I'm not sure of the area. Until I know the area like the back of my hand, I don't push my bike to the limits. And I think that's a good way to do a lot of situational practicing, is just make sure you don't gun it absolutely everywhere, because you can and will probably have an accident if you ride that way, okay? But ladies and gents, that's it for my short video today, because I'm almost at work. I thought I'd just get a little bit of a PSA. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any other ideas or topics, or or any other contributions to this video, let me know down below. Otherwise, take it easy, keep it cheesy. You know I love you, but it's time to leave you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Peace. Bye.